All right, good evening, everybody. How are we doing tonight? Good. Whoop, whoop. Welcome to the 6th grade demo concert, your child's very first concert of the school year. My name is Miss Holly Bates, and on stage with me is Dr. Cindy Casey. We are the 2 orchestra directors here at Princeton. We'd like to take a moment to recognize any board members, administration, staff, and teachers in the audience and thank them for coming. If that applies to you, stand up and be recognized. It's Dr. Maxon back there. There we go. Thank you so much for coming out to support your students and the music department. We'd also like to thank our auditorium managers, Jason Hollowell and Jill Holloway, for our lights and sound tonight. Back in the booth. Please note that there are 4 exits in our auditorium. You will find exits in the back left and right, both downstairs and in the balcony. Please keep the 2 aisleways clear, as they are for performers to enter and exit the stage. Restrooms are located by the arena right outside, but we request that you only enter and exit Matthews during applause or stage changes. Please help us keep our auditorium nice by keeping all food and drinks in the lobby only. Out of respect for our performers, please silence your cell phone and refrain from all cell phone use unless you are capturing photo memories, and in that case, please make sure your phone is silent and your flash is off. We'd also like to thank the Princeton Music Boosters for everything they do to support music at Princeton with fundraising, advocacy, scholarships, and especially creating our printed program. Please visit the district website to become a Music Booster member. Our next big upcoming event is our mattress fundraiser. It is one of our biggest fundraisers of the year. It is Saturday, November 2nd in 2024 from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. right here. Everybody needs a mattress. Somebody you know probably needs a mattress. If you know who that is, make sure they get here and support our music program. A lot of you guys got flyers on the way in from some of our lovely high school orchestra students regarding the mattress sale. Please make sure you read through that information. You can also earn money from referring people to come to the mattress sale. Free money for having people come and free money for having them purchase a mattress. $20, $50, $100, up to $500 you'll be winning. So if you want some extra change, especially for the holidays, I recommend coming to the mattress sale. There are yard signs right by the entrance when you come in down on the front of the first floor that you can take home and put up in your yard. And now I'd like to invite to the podium Dr. Cindy Casey.
Up here. Thank you so much for coming today. My name is Dr. Cindy Casey, and this is my beloved sidekick and colleague, Holly Bates. Let's hear it from Miss Holly Bates. Okay, look, my script back there. I'm going to go with it. One of the things that I wanted to share with you, we're heading into a levy, as you know, and it's really important that you're aware of some of the things that we value here at Princeton and some of the things that your children are able to experience, which even without a levy, Princeton is pretty special when it comes to these things. One of the things that we teach our students are some life skills. These are the things that we want our students to take with them beyond the classroom. And one of the things that we can do. While learning to play a musical instrument is a valuable skill and often a unique skill to have, it's not the most important thing that students who participate in instrumental music learn. They learn many life lessons that contribute to their growth, maturity, trustworthiness, and educational achievement. We teach our students that they are the best students in the school, right? Yes. I tell them every day. Once parents and students determine that they want to commit to playing a musical instrument, that commitment translates into a higher commitment to other school and life-related experience. The value of these personal skills, while we are excited to teach them how to play their instruments, the violin, viola, cello, bass, we are more excited to teach them these life skills. The other bonus to this is when they start in the 6th grade, you've seen some older kids, Mo's back there in the booth with his mom, they stick around. And they're in this program for 7 years. And they're like our little family, and we love them, and they just get smarter and smarter and love school more and more. So congratulations for making this important step. We are lucky to be able to teach these life skills through music. And we're lucky to teach our instruments that we love. So the first skill our students learn is the importance of what? What's the number one thing we learn in orchestra, guys? Self-discipline. They learn that they are responsible for themselves and their own actions. So we get out of that victim. It's okay. You are not judged. We are learning. This is a safe environment to learn. You're going to learn how to do this, and it's going to be okay. This is the place to learn. Then they learn to be self-sufficient. They learn that not only can they do things themselves, but with that confidence they learn with self-discipline, they can learn to help others. And that leaves the classroom and goes with them other places. You'll see our kids in Hope Squad. You'll see our kids helping others. You'll see our kids the ones helping the kids that need it the most. Because that's what we foster here in the music department. They are problem solvers in all aspects of their experience. So we teach them how to problem solve. We're not going to do it for them. We're going to help them. We're going to support them. We're not doing it for them. They are encouraged to figure out how to do things on their own. They're encouraged to discover and develop a confidence that in themselves that translates beyond the classroom, as I said. Finally, we encourage our kids to be critical thinkers. They can figure things out on their own, and if one thing doesn't work, they're encouraged to try something a different way, showing the value of trust and discovery as anchors of their active learning in everything. Okay? You should clap for that. That's really awesome. All right, so I'm going to explain this real quick. And this is our demo concert. We invited you here to show you what we do, what we're teaching, and why. So if you'll see up here at the very top, you see in their book that you bought, there is the first notes that they learn how to read. Because the first thing that we teach them is to read music. Before they even got their instrument, they had to learn how to read music. A lot of schools will write in note names like that. Well, what's happening is that your child is using a different part of their brain to read a note. They're not reading the note head. They're not reading where that note is. And so after a while, they don't recognize notes. They only recognize letters. That's not reading music. And that's not what we do. Because reading the notes, the notation engages various brain regions, leading to increased neural connectivity. Okay? In other words, it makes them smarter. It makes them smarter to read music. Okay? Not just the letter names. That's not what we're doing. We're actually reading notes. We're reading notes, simultaneously playing something, simultaneously moving, simultaneously holding things up, and looking at the next note within milliseconds. Those are brain calisthenics happening right there. So that enhanced communication between the different areas of the brain can lead to a better overall cognitive function, which translates to what? Math, reading, science, all of that. Okay? Look at all this stuff I wrote to tell you. I don't want to bore you, but I really want you to know this. This is important, that you understand what we do. Okay? So our kids are not allowed to learn like the top one. They're not allowed to do it. The first job they have when they come in is to get a pencil out. What did you guys have to do? They had to color in all their notes from page 4 to 14. They did not see letters. They saw notes. They saw where the notes lived in the staff. That was a 2-week project. It is not easy. And that, by the way, is that's a violin book. That's not everybody. Cellos and basses and violas are reading something completely different. But just so you're aware, that's what we do. So we make them color it in, and then we make them look at that first note and tell us, where does it live on the staff? Where is it in regards to other notes? Okay? Then you see this cognitive function. You see them working this out. So we encourage you to work with your students on that. But these guys are pretty solid on it. They're doing pretty well. Guys, what's that first note in number 2, by the way? D. Hang down D, yeah. Well, if you're a violinist, hang down D. Anyway, and by the way, I would like to say that because of our general music programs at our elementary schools, which are nationally recognized. These kids come in with such good skill. So shout out to our elementary music education colleagues. All right, now we're gonna let them play for you. What I'd like for you to do is I want you to watch their faces. Find your child and somebody else's child and watch their faces. Are they tracking their music? Do their eyes look at the page? Are they reading along? Are they going across? Or are they looking at their fingers? Or are they looking at their neighbor? Are they looking at me? Are they looking at Miss Pate? When you see them tracking, you will see them reading their music. They are reading just like they read a book. This is huge, huge cognition for them. Okay, you ready? Want to hear a couple of songs so they read their music to you? All right, let's do it without me. Let's go. I'll spare you my piano skills and we'll just listen to the play. No bows, fingers.
Plucking, plucking, plucking. Number 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, red.
Now they're going to do another one. They're going to read another note. And you see it up there. Let's play open A. You think, well, that's not a big deal. Okay, it is such a big deal because it took them so long to be able to do this again without the letters. So let's hear that one. By the way, when you watch them right now, can we do real quick? Can you show your parents position 1? Okay, this is how they enter the class. When any of us call position 1, this is how they sit. We taught them this first when they got their instrument. And why do we do that? Well, if there's an emergency and I call position 1, they lock it in. If I need their attention, position 1, lock it in. Sometimes you'll see us do this. This is a nonverbal. This is bows on the head. You saw it when we first started. This is their nonverbal. And this is how much self-discipline these guys have. Look at that, okay? So when we start in position 1, and then Miss Bates is going to have them lift their instruments together like a wave when she lifts her hands. Nice.
1, 2,
1. That's easy, you got the open strings, you guys are doing okay. Well next, once we get through that, we start adding fingers. We start putting fingers down, and it's very specific because the notes live on the instrument, on the fingerboard, not at the tips of their fingers. So we teach them, well, put 4 fingers on the cello on the D string and that equals a G. Well, it does if it's in the right spot. And notice they don't have frets. So once again, they're problem solving. They're thinking critically. If it's not there, is it here? And so there's a lot of work that goes into it, and I wanted to share this with these are our own kids. These are some of our Jeromel kids I took this morning. If you take a look at the far picture over there, that is what a left hand looks like with fingers on the fingerboard. Notice that the fingers are very square so that they can do this. The squarer and higher they are, the easier, the faster they can go. It's like texting, right? If they were like this, they wouldn't be able to do it as much. Same thing with the cellos. You want to look for we call it a can of Coke, so their hand is shaped like a can of Coke, and their fingers go down on the fingerboard, rounded. If their fingers are straight, there's tension, and they won't be able to go as fast. So we work really hard on that, and this last one's a bass, very similar to the cello. So we're gonna add some fingers, and I'm gonna go play with them real quick, okay? Hang on. All right, go. Which song are we playing? Here we go. I'm ready.
1, 2, 1, 2, red.
times we'll be playing it. One time. One time for hopscotch. There's no repeat sign. Put your bows down, we're not using them. Edge of your chair, feet flat.
One, two, one, two.
It would be easier if the piano was up here, but it's not. Okay. So do you see what we mean that we added so much challenge here? We went from reading to second by second by second by second, and translating that into a note. Then we added fingers. So the reading, translating, putting fingers down on the right string, and going to the next note immediately. And this obviously, this has been proven that music makes you smarter, but these are the reasons why. Some of the reasons why. All right. One of the things I showed you, if you saw over here, do you see how close the fingers are to the fingerboard? So it's really important that we keep our students' fingernails really short. And this becomes a problem when we come to prom or dances or weddings or whatever. And the kid comes in with gorgeous nails with little bows on them and everything. Well, they're not allowed to play because you cannot play correctly with your fingernails long. So we encourage you, if you're going to get, everybody's getting their nails done, please allow them to get their nails painted. Please allow them to have a pretty bow on their nail. It does not have to be any longer than the tip of their finger, because if it is, they're not allowed to play. This is a close-up of how close your finger needs to be to the fingerboard. And you can see where the string is and how the finger's actually below the string. So there's no room for anything extra. We give our kids emery boards and we have them cut their fingernails all the time because they have to be that short, and that's what we have to do to play. All right? So, and again, I was going to share that this is not just us saying this is internationally. This is how you play the violin, viola, cello, bass. You must have those. So we hope you will support us and help us in that. All right. The next thing we're going to do, I'm already off my scripts. I'm horrible. Where am I? We already did 14. Did we do 14 and 17? Yeah. Now it's time to do. We're going to do 2 more songs for you. I want you to watch your child. This time, let me go back. Do you see the left hand? Let's go back to this one. Take a look at these pictures. The wrist on the violin and viola must be straight. This is what I do. I take the bow. It needs to be like this. That's how straight it needs to be when they're playing. Okay? That's what we're looking for. Elbow is under, pointing towards the belly button. They can move back and forth this way. It feels really bad and it feels kind of awkward at first, but then they get used to it and that's how you play, right? We want a straight arm if you're playing violin and viola. If you see them trying to order pizza, no, that's not it. What's happening here is they're not holding their instrument with their neck. Can I have my violins and violas please stand? Okay, put your instrument under your neck and drop your hands. Okay, that's how they hold it. Shuffle for that, you can clap that. So in order for them to play with their fingers freely, they have to hold it here. When they stop holding it here, they get lazy or it starts to drop. They'll start to hold it with the palm of their hand, and that's when you see this. Okay? So you want to encourage, get that instrument under your jaw, get that instrument on your shoulder, sit up straight, and get your elbow under your wrist down. We need that straight wrist to play beautifully. And that will go to vibrato, and that will go to faster things like Miss Bates. All right, thank you guys. Have a seat. All right, now I want you to find. Oh, all right. I want you to find your child again, and this time I want you to watch their left hand. Do they have beautiful fingers that are typewriters, they're rounded? Are their wrists down? Are their elbows under? I think you're going to see every single one of these kids do it, but keep an eye on yours so that you can be engaged when it comes time to practice. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, ready? let's go.
1, 2, 1,
Where are you at now? I know I had a piece of paper back here. I can't find my script. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Okay, I think it's time for bows, guys. Woo! It's time for bows. Woohoo! I know, right? We're excited because it's bows. However, I want to talk about a couple of things while they get ready. Okay, this is a thing. Do you see these pictures? Look at them. Okay, these things happen, and it's rarely neglect, although we've had that. Sometimes it's just a knockover, or I wanted to sword fight with my bow, or I don't know what happened. That's usually what, I don't know what happened is usually what happened. But the instruments are very fragile. They're made of wood, and there's the only glue that is on the instrument is on the seams to hold the body together, and the fingerboard. So all of the strings, all of the pegs, all of the tailpiece, that everything else is just tightened on there. So it's kind of like a little bomb waiting to go off, so that if anything gets jolts, it just kind of explodes. Okay? The first thing you need to do if something like that happens, or like in this picture down here, which I've seen because I saw a violin get run over by a school bus. But if you have anything that happens like this, the first thing you're gonna do is tell me, call me, okay? Unless this happens over and over and over again, we're not gonna have a problem. We're gonna tell you to send it to whatever, send it to Baroque, take it to Baroque, have it fixed, they'll replace it, it's gonna be okay, all right? If it happens regularly, then we have to start finding something else out. The other thing that worries me is we have some of our kids that own their own instruments, that they've purchased it somewhere that is not able to service it. So what I want you to do is to make sure that you contact Baroque, because they are luthiers and they can fix an instrument or tell you that it's unfixable. Okay, and you have access to this slideshow in your program, or just call me or email me and I'll tell you. Okay, so it's really important. This little picture in the middle, see the little, it looks like a parking garage. That's actually what's inside of the instrument. That's called a sound post, and that's how the instrument rings. And if the bridge comes off, the sound post is no longer pushed in there because it's not glued in. It'll fall down and roll around. If that happens, the belly of the instrument will collapse, and then the instrument is broken. So you have to be very, very careful. And again, these are all things that we'll take to Baroque and have them fixed. But you have to be very careful. Careful how you handle it. Don't throw it around. Don't leave it on the side of the bed. Don't leave it on the couch, and so forth. And the other thing that I want to make really clear about, it's covered in a special kind of varnish that will, if it's left out in the cold, it will crackle. It'll crackle on the top, and it stays like that. So don't put the instrument any place that you don't want to be, okay? And don't lean it up against anywhere. I bet some of our basses are leaned in the corner. They really need to be on the side, and same as with the cellos. But make sure that temperature, and you're careful. That's the biggest thing I want to share with you. The other thing I want to share is if they need other things, please take a look at Char. They need strings, they need tuners, they need rock stops and rosins. This is where you can get them. They are a music store that is authentic for stringed instruments. You can get things on Amazon, but this is authentic. This is run by string players, and they've been around for a long time. Where's my bow picture? Let's go to that, and then I'll talk to you about playing tests. Okay, so we add the bow after all of that because no, putting fingers down isn't enough. We're gonna torture you some more and put a bow in your hand. And you think, oh, I'm just gonna hold it like a club. No, you're not. You're gonna hold it with this 500, 200, how old is it? 200-year-old bow hold That it is very specific, and if you look up there, you'll see the different bow holes. The top one is violin viola. The top two are violin viola. The bottom green one is cello, and the one in the bottom right is a German bass hole. So they have a specific bow called a German bow. Some basses use French bow, which looks like the other ones, but we have our students start on German bow because we think it's a little easier. So we're gonna play some bowed songs here. I'm gonna leave that up there while we're playing, because this is kind of an important song. I told them this is called Odin's Entrance. Is that what we're ready for? Yes. Odin's Entrance. I told them, I try not to lie to the kids, but sometimes when I get them excited, I said, maybe, if they play it really well, we could call in the spirit of Odin, the Viking. I don't know if it's gonna happen. We'll see how good they play. All right? You ready? You think you can do it? Yes. If it's not good the first time, we'll try it again. All right? What do you think?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sit up straight, edge of your chair. This is your chance. This is your children bowing. They're bowing. Oh, listen, we didn't do Cincinnati hot dog. Let's just skip it and go on. Is that okay? Can we skip Cincinnati hot dog? No. All right, skip it. Okay, here we go. Ready? Are we good? Hang on. I think so, yeah.
1, 2, 1, 2, ready.
This has 20 bars. You got what I mean? 20 bars in 4. All right, you ready?
Instruments up.
Put your arms like that. Oh, look at Odin, he's doing it. Oh my God. Both on the string. Whenever you're ready, you tell us. Both on the string, get ready. Both on the string. Okay, here's your entrance. Wait for it. 1, 2, ready, and. And lift your bow. You can, I'll send it to you if you want. Okay, I think that's the end of our show. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please, oh, there's us. If you have any questions, please email us. We are so excited to have your kids, and we want them until they graduate from high school, don't we, Odin? Yes, we do. Okay, thank you so much for coming. Don't leave. You got to get a picture with your kid and Odin, right? All right, thank you so much for coming. Yay, kids, great job.